on, 5-0 goes west. Ready?
So this is a prototype.
This camera's about to nail it. Good morning, Nub Nation. We are already on the move here this morning. We are headed to meet up with Alexander Allen Brown.
In 1.9 miles, turn right.
Turn right in 1.9 miles. So I met this guy a couple years ago, and I've seen him intermittently surfing throughout. And one day he started talking to me about his homemade solo shot. So naturally, I was very, very interested in what he had to say. And it looks like he has this thing pretty much dialed. So I don't know if we can call it a solo shot, robot camera, robot cameraman. I don't know what's trademarked, anything, but I mean, this isn't a product we're trying to sell. We're just trying to build one. Anyway, Alex made me the materials for me to build my own robot camera that can follow me and film me surfing. This is literally a camera on the beach, me in the water, no cameraman. This camera will be following me down the beach, filming everything that I do.
In 1 mile, turn right.
Filming everything that I do and acting as a cameraman. I'm not expecting this thing to like replace the fact that I need someone to film me, but this is really, really cool. Really, really interesting. So we're gonna meet up with him, and he is gonna try to explain to us, and I'm gonna try to edit my best, how the hell he did this. But this process is sick. He built me my own that I get to put together today. So we're pretty much going full science right now. Hope you guys are stoked. Hope you guys are taking steps in your lives to make it interesting, to follow your dreams, and to keep pushing forward. And the dream is on. This is the homemade robot camera. Let's go. Yo, how you doing? Good. Is that cool to park there? What's the claim?
Oh, it's gonna be nuking today.
All right, Alex is about to give us the rundown of the robot camera, AKA Dr. Brown. We're gonna try to see if we can keep up and understand what the hell he's even talking about, but this is gonna be epic. I'm stoked for it.
Just gonna tell you a little bit about this little contraption here. This is what it looks like. It all started a few years ago. So I teach at Lafayette College. I teach mechanical engineering, and I teach a class for seniors. It's called Control Theory. And basically what control theory is about is it's about learning to control things that you make, right? So like anything that has a motor, anything that has valves, anything like that. So applications in robotics and process engineering and manufacturing all over the place. So I was writing the final exam, and I had just been surfing a couple days earlier, and I was like, man, it was nuking, and I didn't get any footage. So of course, I'm aware that there are some commercial products that allow you to film yourself while surfing. And I was like, man, I wonder if my students could do that as a final exam problem. So I designed a final exam problem where the students had to come up with the math to control something like that. And after the exam, they did really well. I was thinking about it, I was like, man, I could probably make one of these. That would give me a little bit more perspective, and maybe we could use this problem over and make it more realistic in the future. So that was the idea. So this is a prototype of the thing. And I've used this a few times, I've gotten some footage with it, but it is still very much a prototype, right? So it has a few parts, and the technology is not that complicated, and I can maybe explain a little bit how it works. So there are two pieces. There's this piece here, which you wear on your arm in the water, and then there's this piece here, to which you screw a camera. And then basically, this has a GPS unit and a radio, and it sends GPS locations back to this unit right here. Once it gets that, it has to figure out exactly, what that information means. Because if I say that you're over at these GPS coordinates, it's actually kind of complicated to figure out where you should look to point at that thing. Because you have to know not only where that object is that you want to track, you have to know where you are as well. A little bit of trial and error, a lot of design involved with making something like this. I have to say to all the groms out there who might not like math that much, it's kind of not that different from surfing. If you think about it, when we're surfing and we're having a good time, we're kind of like communicating with nature, right? And the thing about math is, especially trigonometry and calculus, is that's the way that we communicate with nature. That's how we harness what nature allows us to harness and do something productive with it. So the GPS information comes back to this device. If the device knows which way it's pointed, so I'll screw a camera on here real quick. If I know that I started the machine pointing up the beach, I know that maybe it's pointing north. And then as soon as the GPS comes in from the surfer, it's able to calculate exactly what angle it needs to point at to have the surfer in the frame. And when the surfer starts moving, the problem with GPS is information only comes in once a second. So actually it also uses the velocity of the surfer to calculate how fast it should be sweeping. So all those parameters are tricky to get right. And we're gonna see how we do today. We're gonna build another copy of this, slightly improved version, and we're gonna see how it works. It may not, but hopefully it does, and hopefully it does a good job.
All right, this is what I'm working with right now. Somehow I have to turn all of this into a bearing. A bearing, right?
Yep, it's a bearing. A 3D printed bearing. I borrowed the design from a very kind person on the internet who made the source files available, but we adapted the design for the robot camera.
Look good?
Ready to rock, yeah.
Ready to rock. My first bearing. Surprisingly, this is the first bearing I've ever built. All right, I'm now mounting the motor. Essentially, this is going to be attached to those.
Yep.
Those 4 holes.
Yep.
So should I do that first or no?
Nope, definitely not.
This, but it's sticking out this way.
Yep, exactly.
Holy cow. I think I found my vibe. As I drop this.
Yeah. not literally, but yeah.
Dude. Holy cow. That continues to push away from me. Woo!
Get it?
We got it. I got it.
Yeah, good guy.
I got it. 45 minutes. The motor is in.
This is what we call a printed circuit board. Basically, I don't know if the light's shining through that a little bit, you can see all the little wires that are built into it. So you build a circuit in software, you lay out the board, and then you can either use a milling machine to mill away the copper on a piece of board that's covered in copper, or you can send it off, which is what I did here. They come back really nice, and they come back looking just like this. So all the components, like the microprocessor that interprets the GPS data and from the radio, and the motor amplifier, which takes the tiny voltages that a microprocessor can generate and turns them into powerful voltages that drive the motor. All that stuff gets put on here. And so like there's a switch for power, there's an LED to give you the status of what the machine's doing, and there's a little knob, which we call a potentiometer, that allows you to calibrate. So all those components have to get soldered onto this board, which I designed in CAD. The computer-aided design program that I use allows you to do an integrated design where you're designing the physical parts and the electronics parts in one go, which is nice, so they fit together pretty well if you do your job kind of right, which I don't always do. So we're gonna get to soldering, and I will give a quick demo for Ben. Soldering is not that complicated. Basically what you do is you heat up a piece of metal, and then you use a piece of softer metal as a kind of glue in a way. It's different than welding, where you're literally melting both pieces of metal together. Solder basically allows us to take a component like this with these little pins and attach it to this circuit board here. You gotta make sure you put safety first. Safety goggles are important. You're gonna use the iron to heat up both the little pin and the pad. You can heat it up for like 4 Mississippi, and then you press the solder on. And when you're done, if you did a good job, it should look like a little Hershey kiss.
Oh God, this is bad, dude.
It's all good.
All right, where's the gat?
There it is.
It's hot? It's hot the whole time?
It's hot. A little bit more, you want a nice Hershey kiss.
Looks
So
like
just thing over.
What happened?
Did you get it?
I don't know. My glasses are fogged up.
Oh.
I think it looks pretty good, dude. I nailed it, dude.
Good, you nailed it. Good.
I'm a solder god. Is it really gonna go in?
Yeah. So you
That's a
see
lot of pins, dude. Oh, that one's sick.
You like that?
That one was good, dude. Real good. Catch me.
Thanks, God.
Oh, God. Oh, wait, I fixed it. Whoa. Some of these look like man. Oh, that one was fire. I'm getting it now. You want more metal? All right, check it out. How do you feel?
The microprocessor, and this is what interprets the GPS data, and it also acts as the brain of the motor. And upload the firmware, it's going to go kind of haywire. So we program the system using a micro USB port. It basically writes our code to the chip, little transistors in there. Oh, actually, we're good to go.
Sure. This is something else, dude. This is the final stage. Oh, dude.
All right, we got a slow blink on the LED, so we're just going to calibrate it.
Should I put that GPS on?
Yeah, just put it in your pocket or whatever.
All right. What happened?
I don't know. That's a great question.
It's pointing pretty close, yeah.
That's adjusted.
So can I put the top on this thing?
Yeah, just stick the top on there.
Putting the top on.
We flipped around, I don't know why. That I don't understand.
So, the skateboarding test went a little bit, haywire. However, I have faith that the surfing test is gonna go a lot better. We're down here, just got to the beach at El Slamo. I'm just being reminded right now that by the amount of people that this is in fact a weekend in July. So we're looking for parking right now. If we can get parking, I'm gonna go check the waves. And we're gonna try out the new robot camera. And I honestly, oh my God, I just found a prime spot. And I honestly feel like this camera is about to nail it. We are about to make history. Pretty hot out today. Oh, Nuke Juice is so good right now. Is there anything up there? Parking's a mother. Parking's a mother. All right, let's do it. All right, here we are on the beach. where conditions aren't exactly firing, but we're setting up the robot camera and we're gonna see how she goes. This is gonna be nuts. All right, so we got the camera on right now. He's got the strap. Alex is gonna give me the strap in a minute and I'm gonna head out and we're gonna see just here. And then the focus is auto. All right, I'm gonna go grab the strap. Oh. All right guys, so this will be the audio cutting out and we're going just to the robot camera angle. So wish me luck and here we go. Phew.
It was pretty good. Ben built a robot camera on his own. It's pretty nice. We got the firmware for the old fat guy on there. Ben goes a little too fast. We might have to tune it a bit. But the nice thing is we can do that. Every single piece of that thing can be rebuilt, replaced, improved, and you know, it should be cool. I think it's going to work out well.
What do you think, like when you were up here and I was catching some of those rights in the beginning when they were slower?
I mean, I was worried that maybe it was too big, you know? Like, it kind of looked like Mavs out there, but you know, Ben was able to handle it. He dropped in, made the drop, pulled in, and I think we got it. We'll have to see what happens, you know? I think the robot got it.
All right, just got back from surfing down at the point and testing out the solo shot. The footage actually looks pretty good. Like, let's be real. It's obviously not as fluent and it doesn't have as many zooms and tilts and pans and all the top level gnarliness that a solo shot has, but who would have thought that I was gonna wake up today, learn how to solder, put together a motherboard. No, not a motherboard, I forget what he called it. Put together like a microchip, assemble a solo shot. I mean, look at this thing. It has my logo on it. Who would have thought that I was gonna do this today? So, super cool experience. Thank you, Alex, for bringing the idea to me. And I hope that we can build on this in the future and see where it goes. I mean, that was cool. That was like one of the coolest things I've ever done involving science and math and that kind of stuff. I hardly ever get to do stuff like this, so super stoked. And if you guys enjoyed the video, please subscribe down below. You can also leave a comment, let me know what you thought, and you can leave a thumbs up. But this vlog's not over because Slammo is gonna fire like a half hour before dark. Woo!
Phone vlog.
Action.
Action. Okay, so we've been down to El Slam about like 4 or 5 times today already, and I thought we were just checking it, but of course there's how much time left?
20 minutes.
20 minutes till it's before dark, and guess who has to go out?
I just gotta get one.
Just has to get one, and guess who's filming? Me
She's just gotta get one.
on the iPhone. So
Yeah, iPhone vlog. We might have like 23 minutes.
oh,
Right now?
I'm counting down.
We're going 5-0.
Oh God.
5-0 goes west.
Wait, I thought you had a spring suit on.
5-0 goes west.
Somebody is playing some loud music. Okay, I'm running. Oh, now there's a spot open. We had to park around the corner, of course. And I'm running, because he's running.
Behind the rock! Behind the rock!
Why so dramatic? Oh, I'm sick! Oh, I missed that. That was a good one, so there we go. Let's go. Okay, okay, okay. Whoa. Whoa there. Why you look like that?
I was thinking, that was a very concerning wave I took off on at the end.
What do you mean?
I was right on the rock.
Are you concerned?
I'm concerned about how good it is. You think we could get lights?
What do you think you're gonna get lights from?
Why are you filming?
It's fun.